Adedun was born into a family with a complex history. Her mother, Madam K, ran a bustling beer parlour in front of their house, which had been built years ago by Adedun's father, popularly called Papa No Regret. He was once a successful engineer and facility manager for a prominent Chinese company. Papa No Regret's life took a drastic turn when a jealous colleague falsely accused him, leading to his job loss and imprisonment. Upon his release, Papa No Regret struggled to find a new job, and his frustration led him down to a path of depression and addiction to drinking. Whenever he gets drunk to stupor, his usual words were always, "I have no regrets," he would say. "This life is not fair, and I have no regrets. The kind of life I choose to live," hence why he was given the nickname Papa No Regrets. His way of life has made him almost invalid. His wife and kids live as if he's not even present in their life because all he does is drink, get drunk, and sleep all day, all night. Meanwhile, while he was away at the prison, Madam K single-handedly supported the family through her beer parlour business. Adedun, the youngest of 4 sisters, worked alongside her siblings at the beer parlour, serving customers as waitress. Their mother would often remind them, "Smile! Why are you squeezing your face? You want to drive my customers away? Let's see how I'll provide for you if you drive all my customers away." Madam K usually encouraged her daughters to dress attractively, saying, "That skirt I bought for you is too long. No, that skirt is too long. Call Obioma the tailor to cut it for you. I beg. No room for Miriamaka girl. Yeah. I want all my girls to be smart. Please, go and cut the skirt. It's too long. I want my girls smart. So when my customers see you, I want them to always come here just to see your beautiful faces. That's why I buy makeup for you people. Make sure your face is always shining. Money must be made. No time to waste time. I beg you, Jare." Madam K was so desperate, even if it meant pushing her daughters to men. A typical day at Madam K's beer parlour was always chaotic. The place was a hot spot for men every evening, filled with the smell of beer, the sound of cork bottles opening, and the aroma of cowtail and catfish pepper soup. Customers loved the relaxing atmosphere and Madam K's welcoming nature. They also enjoyed the company of her beautiful daughters, Wumi, Ola, well, not that of Adedun. However, the girls often faced unwanted attention from customers. Men would touch them inappropriately and wink at them. But the girls were desensitized to this behavior, having grown up watching their mother interact with customers in a similar manner. Adedun, however, felt uneasy about this lifestyle. She had dreams, big dreams. She had the dream of becoming an accountant and knew this wasn't the life she wanted. Unlike her sisters, who had no plan to further her education, Adedun was determined to succeed. She would often study late into the night, preparing for her upcoming UTME exam. On this particular day, Adedun was deep in thought when a customer touched her inappropriately. She screamed at him, "Don't you dare try that again. Don't you dare try such with me again." The customer laughed, saying, "Now only you get pepper body among your sisters, eh? See, wetin dey always dey wrong with you? Why your body always dey pepper you every time? Now only you dey here. See, the same place where I tap you, na the same place I dey tap your sister." Bola smiled from a distance and winked at the customer, but Adedun responded harshly, "That's Bola. I'm not Bola. That's how she chose to live her life. Don't try such with me. I beg you," said the customer. "You get gold for body? Sorry, Madam Gold." She eased and she left. Madam K overheard Adedun's outbursts and called her inside. "Yeah, customers are always right. Why are you being harsh to my customers?" Adedun replied. "I didn't like the way he touched me." Madam K responded, "How did he touch you? What's in your body that's so special? Sorry, Madam Gold-plated body. I always tell you to smile no matter what. Eh? He touched you, so what? Did his hand stick to your body? Or did it stick to your behind? Adedun was furious, but her mother continued. Adedun, be smart. No wonder you don't get tips like your sisters. Pepe body every time, up and down, up and down. Just calm down. Calm down. Calm down, oh. It's like you don't need money in your life. You don't need money in your life, right? Adedun was too angry to respond, feeling that her mother, who should be protecting her, was instead pushing her to tolerate indecent behavior. Madam K's beer parlour was a hot spot for wealthy men, where she would often pimp her daughters to the highest bidder. Adedun, the youngest, she refused to give in to her mother's demands, knowing it was wrong. Madam K would scold her, saying, Adedun, you are a bad market. Eh? What kind of child are you? Where did I find you? Oh, God. God, so now you give me this kind of pikin. You always make me miss money. Eh? You know I'm the one supporting this family. Okay, no problem. One hot Saturday afternoon, a wealthy customer named Mr. Alex walked into the beer parlour, driving a sleek G-Wagon. He was immediately drawn to Adedun, and Madam K sensed an opportunity. As Mr. Alex continued to visit the parlour, Madam K would encourage Adedun to interact with him, but Adedun was hesitant, sensing something was off. Mr. Alex's intention became clear when he approached Madam K, offering her 3 million naira to spend a weekend with Adedun. Madam K was excited and she agreed, and as soon as Mr. Alex transferred 2 million naira into her account, she was over the moon. But Madam K knew Adedun would resist, so she devised a plan. She told Adedun that her uncle, a professor at the State University, wanted to meet her to discuss her accounting career. Adedun was excited, thinking her mother was finally supporting her dreams. And a few days later, she called Adedun. Adedun, do you remember the last conversation we had about my uncle wanting to meet you? Remember that my uncle, the professor, he wants to meet you. He really wants to meet you, Madam K said. And do you know he's very busy, but he's willing to mentor you? Adedun's eye lit up. Really, Mommy? Wow. Thank you so much, Mommy. The next morning, Madam K reminded Adedun about her meeting, and a driver arrived to take her to Uncle's house. Adedun arrived at the building. It was a big mansion. She was surprised. She had to admire the house. It was a very beautiful mansion. It was a huge mansion. She was surprised. Also, the living room, it was heavenly. On getting to the living room, she got the shock of her life. She was shocked to find Mr. Alex waiting for her. She tried to leave immediately, but Mr. Alex threatened her, saying, "It's better you calm down. Let my staff entertain you, or you try to play smart and you regret it." And another thing, the whole building is soundproof. No matter how loud you scream, you're just wasting your time. So just calm down, play by my rules, obey me, and everything will be fine. And it's not a big deal. You can't tell me this is your first time. Don't worry, if you cooperate, I'm going to give you ×2 of the money I paid your mother. I gave your mother 3 million. If you cooperate, I am going to give you 6 million naira. Adedun's heart racing. That was when she realized her mother had set her up. She struggled to escape, but Mr. Alex overpowered her. As she screamed, he carried her away, and Adedun's world went dark. When Adedun finally escaped, she was left with a deep sense of trauma and betrayal. Immediately, she received an alert of 6 million while she was walking hopelessly on the street. It only fueled her anger the more. When she got to her mother's shop, she had plans to confront her, but on sighting her mother, the words could not come out. She could not say anything. It was as if her voice was stolen. Emotions overpowered her. She tried to scream, but she could only whisper. She tried to jump at her mother, but she had no strength. "You set me up. That was all she whispered, tears streaming down her face. How could you, Mommy? She said it in a very low tone. She felt so weak, so helpless, and so powerless. Madam K feigned ignorance, making Adedun's anger boil over. With a heavy heart, Adedun packed her belongings and left the house, knowing she was no longer safe there. As she walked away, she vowed to never return to that life again. Adedun, still reeling from the trauma, she decided to transfer the 6 million to her mother's account. She knew it was all her mother cared about, money. As soon as Madam K received the alert, she was overjoyed. She quickly called Adedun. Adedun, my daughter, thank you. You finally forgive me, Madam K exclaimed. Adedun's response was icy. She said, since that's all you care about, you can have the money. She hung up the phone, leaving Madam K still rejoicing about the alert. Madam K's excitement was palpable, but she didn't stop to think about her daughter's feelings, the betrayal, and the state of mind she was in. All she cared about was the money, and now